everybody's favorite. So I found one with some fractions because I knew that people are so excited about fractions and decimals. I was like, you know what? We got to do one with fractions because they're going to be disappointed that we didn't have one with fractions. So I found one for you with fractions. Let me go ahead and write these down. Okay. So it's x over 2 plus y over 3 equals 8. And then I have 2x over 3 plus 3y over 2 equals 17. Y'all, don't make it hard. Y'all know y'all don't like fractions and y'all know y'all don't like decimals. So what you do is get rid of them first. Before I do anything, I need these equations to look like they got some sense, right? So if I need them to look like I got some sense, what can I do to this first equation? If I multiply everything by a common denominator, what's going to be a common denominator of 2 and 3? Remember, when think of your multiplications. 2, 4, 6, 3, 6. Oh, 6 is in common. So let's do 6. So on this equation, I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. And then what about this equation? Same thing, right? Because the denominator is 2 and 3. So the smallest common denominator is going to be 6. So we're going to do the same thing here. Multiply both sides by 6. Okay? So when I do that, let me show you. I'll write this equation. So if I multiply, I'm going to say 6 over 1. And I'm putting 6 over 1 because I think it's easy for people to see that a single number is just, if you divide it by 1, it's still that number. 6 over 1 is still 6, okay? So same thing here, 6 over 1. Same thing here. Sorry, I'm getting sloppy. 6 over 1, and same thing here, 6 over 1. Did I do that one? I did. So if you notice, you can now say, okay, 2 will go into 2 3 times. 3 will go into 6 2 times. And then 6 times 8, what is that, 48? Yep. And then 3. So you can start doing your division, okay? So this becomes 2 divides that 3 times, so this becomes 3x. And then that becomes 2y. And that equals 48. And then if I do that, that becomes 2. So now you have 2 times 2x. That's going to be 4x, okay? Sorry. That's going to be 4x plus, that becomes 3. So now you have 3 times 3y. So that's going to be 9y. And then 6 times 7, my calculator. That's going to be 102. That looks better, right? So now I'm going to rewrite my system so it looks like it's got some sense and we can work with it, right? Yep, you can work with that. That looks much better. So let's do elimination method, okay? Because substitution, we got some big numbers here. I can't divide. There's nothing a common that I can divide. Because I got the 2 and the 3, that throws it off, and you got this 9 in here. Okay, so elimination method. Let's eliminate the x term. Okay, so what I can do is common, 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 3, 12. So I'm going to take 4 times this top equation, okay? And that's going to be 4 times 48. Okay. And then on the bottom equation, I'm going to multiply it by -3. Yeah. We'll keep the negative on the bottom. Okay. So that's what it's looking like so far. So far, so good. Let me move this up. Okay. So you're going to do the distributive property, okay? So that's going to be, let me go ahead and so you can see it. 4 times times 3x plus 4 times 2y equals 4 times 108, which we kind of, or 108, wow, times 48. Okay, and then the bottom one is actually going to be, looks like this. (9y). And then negative 3 times 102. Okay, I want you to see how I'm doing the distributive property. And this is our last example, so hang in there, okay? So that's what it looks like. So now I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna put the first equation in blue. So I'm gonna simplify this one first. So you get 4 times 3, that's gonna be 12x plus 8y, and then 4 times 48, that's going to be 192. Okay, and then I'll do the second one in green. So now we're going to do this one. So that's going to be a minus 12x. See that? Negative 3 times 4 minus 12x minus 3 times 9, 27y equals, and then negative 3 times 102, that's going to be minus 306. Now we can finally add them together. So you're going to combine like terms, okay? This becomes 0. And then 8 minus 27, that's going to be a negative 19y. And then 192 minus 306, that's going to be a negative 114. So we got rid of the y like we wanted to, right? So now let's keep solving for y. So this is going to be a negative 19y equals negative 114. We're going to divide both sides by negative 19 to get the y by itself. And when we do that, that becomes 1, right? So you're left with y equals negative 114 divided by negative 19 is 6. You wouldn't think 6 would come out of all that, right? I know. Okay, so now we're going to take this y equals 6 and we're going to plug it into this equation. We'll just do the second equation. Oh no, we'll do the first equation. It's smaller, looks friendlier. Okay, so the first equation, 3x, notice I'm always going back to the original. I'm not starting where I changed it, okay? Go back and plug it into the original. So let's use this first equation. So 3x plus 2y equals 48. Okay. Let's come down here. 3x plus 2y equals 48. And we're going to say when y equals 6. So that's going to be 3x plus 2 times 6, right? Equals 48. 3x plus 12 equals 48. We're going to subtract 12 on both sides because we need to get the x by itself. We're left with 3x plus 0 equals, what is that, 36? Do I do my math right? Yep, 36. So we have 3x equals 36. Divide by 3, divide by 3. We have x equals 12. So we're saying the solution is the x goes first. We're saying the solution is 12, 6. What do we always do? We need to check. Let's check. All right. So we'll do, so we have 3 times 12 plus 2 times 6 equals 48. You have 36. And then, 48 equals 48. That's true. And then let's do this one over here. So we have 4 times 12 plus 9 times 6, 102. 4 times 12, that's 48, right? And 9 times 6, I always get that my 9's jacked up, 54. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yep. It checks. Okay, so this is a independent system. Yep. Get rid of the fractions first. Don't make it harder than what it needs to be. One of the things that I wanted to show you though, with Desmos. So watch, I can, hold on, iPad, Desmos. Yeah. So with Desmos, I can type in this equation. So I'm going to type it in exactly how it looks, okay, into the Desmos. So when you do it in Desmos, you can literally just say x over 2 and it's going to change it for you. You see that? X over 2 plus y over 3. Oh, hold on. X over 2, go out of that, plus y over 3, go out of that, equals 8. So that's going to be my first equation. And then oh, I can't see it. It's up here. I was like, where is it? There it is right there. That's the red, okay? And then 2x divided by 3. Good. Come out of that. And I'm going to say plus 3y divided by 2. And then I'm going to say equals 17. Ah, so you see it's the blue line? Can you see that? So you have the red, you have the blue, okay, the red, the blue, and then the intersection at 12.6. And that's what we said. We said the intersection was at 12.6. Let me get closer so you can see that. So the two lines intersect at 12.6. And that's the answer. That's the answer we got, 12.6. Okay. So if you can use the Desmos calculator, honey, use it. It does really, really good. Okay. I really do like using it because it just makes it easier. Okay. Cool beans. That was fun.